How can I describe my mom? She's amazing. Like that's all I think that could sum it up. Like she's amazing. She has raised both me and my sister. We've gone off to do great things, and I would have to say a good part of that would be because of her. She tries to give as much as she can. She's an encourager, and I was blessed enough to be able to be her donor for a kidney transplant.
What's that feel like, even just saying that?
I still don't think that it hit me yet. That like I know that it happened, but it's just like wow, I was really able to be a donor not only for somebody, but this somebody was my mom. And even though surgery happened just over a month ago, it's still very surreal that it happened, and I'm grateful that it happened.
What's your mom going to tell me?
She'll probably say like she didn't really want my sister or I to go and get tested as donors. She was like, I don't want to put my kids through that.
I told them when I found out that I needed a transplant, I did not want to either one of them to be the donors. I told them that they would eventually find a donor for me, but they didn't pay me any attention.
But we were like, we're grown. Like, we're gonna go ahead and do this. You're our mom.
Tell me what you think of that daughter of yours.
Lizzie, she's amazing. She's always been amazing. That's my baby girl, and I've always loved both my girls. I used to tell them if God had allowed me to come to heaven and select my two children, I would have selected the same ones he gave me. I'm just super blessed by both of them. They're super blessings.
I wouldn't know what the world would be like without my mom. Like she's just been that important and that integral in my life and my family's life. We knew that she always had kidney issues, like she suffered from kidney stones. So we knew that was an issue, but we didn't know how bad it had gotten. But what really changed was the fact that they were like, yeah, she has kidney cancer. Seeing her go through this, just the whole kidney process from when we found out about, she was in renal failure to the removal of the kidneys to dialysis and at-home dialysis, all of that just showed me like how determined she was, but to also show that patience that she had, because she was like, you know what, in God's time, this will all happen. So what's next? She was like, because I'm not ready to leave this earth. And so me and my sister just looked at each other and we're like, okay, well, what's next? What do we do next? We just wanted to make sure we were her support system. You could just tell she was just over being on dialysis. And we get it because it's like it's like your world revolves around that. Like, oh, I have to be back home at a certain time so I can get on dialysis so I'm not on it all day and the next day. I think she was just kind of getting over that part. We just didn't know what was going to happen or how long it was going to take. We had to just encourage each other in the whole process and just know that it was coming. We didn't know when, but it was coming.
You always knew she was going to get a new kidney though, right?
We did. We just didn't know who it was going to be from at the time. And we didn't know when, because initially they told her she was on the list, but it wouldn't be until about 5 or 10 years before she could even get a kidney. It just kind of baffled me when we found out that, both me and my sister were a match. But then they said due to my sister's medical history, they just thought that it would not be the best for her to be a donor and that I would be the donor.
Your mom goes into renal failure and you realize she's going to need a kidney. Was there any hesitation on your part about getting tested or offering yours?
If it's something that I can do to be able to give my mom a better quality of life, then why not? We went through, as my sister and I coined it, we called it kidney school. And really, they were like, you can live a normal life. Like, you can't take ibuprofen. There's some things that you can't do anymore. But at the end of the day, like, you're just living without a kidney. Why not give her my kidney? My kidney coordinator called me in October and said, hey, how do you feel about February 8th about donating a kidney? I was like, seriously? She was like, yeah. I said, well, works for me.
Do you remember the scariest moment of all this?
Yes, the day of surgery. They were able to put our pre-op rooms right next to each other. So they wheeled me out first, and I was able to wave to her and everything. So
What was it like though, waving goodbye to your mom as you went into surgery?
it was emotional, but it was like it was a good emotion.
What was the scariest moment for you?
I think watching Lizzie get ready to go into surgery,
I was very nervous.
I could tell in her eyes that she was afraid.
I didn't want the kidney to reject.
I told her right into the point when she got in the room if she wanted to change her mind to let them know, I can't do this.
I think that was the biggest thing, was that, okay, I'm gonna give her this kidney, and somehow it just doesn't take.
And I guess that was a big concern on my heart. I wasn't afraid of anything else because I knew God had us.
Okay, Lord, you got this. You have the surgeons, you have the nurses, everyone that's in there.
That's one of our mottos, God's got this.
But things happen. We know that things happen.
I was kind of nervous for Lizzie.
I was really appreciative of the staff at St. Mary's. They had prayer with us before surgery. It just kind of calmed my nerves down, and people were just very accommodating to me and my mom. They were like, okay, just breathe in deeply. And next thing I know, they were like, hey, you did great. It's time to wake up.
I asked them when were we going to do the surgery? And they said, you've already had the surgery done. I thought, what?
Once I was in my room, they were like, your mom's doing fine. Everything is fine. And that made me happy.
I thought, wow. But when I went to stand up, I knew they told the truth. Owie. Yeah. Now that it's all done and done, I told her I can never be grateful enough. She told me to stop saying thank you, but that will never happen. I will always be grateful to her and for her.
You gave your kidney to your mom.
I did.
That's amazing.
Thank you.
St. Mary's was awesome. The nurses were amazing. They're so caring.
From coordinators to nurses to kidney coordinators to the surgeons, everyone that has been through this with us and is still currently through with us, I just say thank you, thank you, thank you.
I'm very grateful to each and every one of them.
Because I know without me, this wouldn't have been able to happen, but without you all and your directions, this definitely wouldn't have been possible. So I say thank you.
What can all of us learn from the story of you?
Take good care of your body. I mean, I taught for 40 years, and I thought about all the things that I did wrong that could have affected these kidneys. I would teach a class. I could go almost an entire day and never use the bathroom. I told Lizzie she did not give me this kidney in vain. I'm going to take super, super, super good care of it. Whatever they tell me to do, eat the right foods, drink liquids, use the bathroom. Take care of yourself. You've only got one you.
You can live without a kidney. Give it thought if you are a donor, even like on your license, if you are a donor, or if something comes up and a family member or friend is that special and dear to you, just know that you're able to give somebody a better quality of life.
Lizzie, there's not enough love that I can put out of my mouth. I don't even know if there's enough ways to show you how much I love you, how thankful I am for you to give your mom this second chance at living a life not hooked to a machine, not going for dialysis. I just love you to pieces. And like I said before, if I was allowed to go to heaven and pick my children, Lizzie, you and April would definitely be the ones I picked.
I love you to the moon and back, as we always say. And I am so very grateful that I was able to be your donor for a kidney.